Hi. I'll give it a second just in case people are seeing an ad. But yeah, hi everybody. Good morning or afternoon or wherever you are in the world. Hi everybody. For me it's 10 a.m. I ran out of cold brew. I mean, cold brew, you've seen me on like live shows. It makes me crazy. So it's probably for the best. But I've got a LaCroix. And today I'm going over all of the books I read in quarter two of 2022. I did this for quarter one, had a good time with it. I liked here ranking all of my things. So basically, instead of just doing a video where I talk about just a couple books like my faves and least faves, I'm going to go through all of them. Buckle up. I think it comes down to 33 books, I think. I didn't count them, but I think it's like 33. So we got a fair amount of ranking to do today. Whew, good times. Okay. Hi. Oh, every time I start a live, I'm like so discombobulated. You think I'd get better at it, and I don't. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get started with all this. Why not? Hey, Vivian. Thanks for coming and hanging out. All right, let's get started with this tier ranking. Why not? Let me share my screen. All right. There we go. Let's do some tier ranking. I'm using two monitors today. So this is going over here. So you're going to see me like turning my head quite a bit, but it's okay. All right. So I got 5 main categories here. I have I'm in love, I'm in like, it's okay. It's okay, I guess. And nope. So basically, it's a 5-star system. I'm in love, 5 stars. I loved it. It's great. 4 stars is I'm in like. I mean, I really liked it. I think it's quite good. Or it's okay. It's like it's average. It's fine. It's okay, I guess means like I'm trying not to be negative, but like frankly, it's not good. Maybe it had some moments. And then nope means nope. Do not enjoy. 0%. Do not recommend. Hi, how are you? I was saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm not sure what time it is in South Africa, but thank you for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. Hi, thank you for coming. All right, like I was saying earlier, you're gonna see me turning my head quite a bit because I have 2 monitors. So I can like do comments and my ranking. But okay, so here we go. Let's just start ranking some stuff. Why not? Oh my goodness, hold on. I gotta find my mouse. I'm not used to 2 monitors. Charles, hi. Hi, my dear. How are you? You should come back on a live show. It'll be fun. Okay, let's start ranking some stuff. So the Atlas 6. I'm gonna put it into it's okay, I guess. Controversial. That's a controversial statement. I it could be a nope, but frankly, it had like a few moments that were good. It had potential to be good. It just didn't work out that way. Essentially. So it's okay, I guess. It's fine. I don't know. It's okay. I read it. It was for book club, for Patreon book club. And I was just rewriting it in my brain the whole time. So the stuff that I rewrote in my head, I tend to enjoy, but that doesn't mean it happened in the book. So it's like a weird conundrum I have with this book where I wanted to like it. I think the concept is solid. I think some of the stuff in there is solid, but like it's just overall quite pretentious. Yeah, I'm being generous, okay? It could move. I'm not closing ranks yet, but right now it's like it had some moments. We're okay. Okay, nighttime. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. I hope you're enjoying. Yeah. No, it was also kind of naive. These are all very jaded characters who are, morally gray, and all of a sudden they're like, "What? So one of us is gonna die?" Like that should have been obvious from the beginning. What part of secret society that murders outsiders getting in did not make sense to you. Like, obviously, one of you is not just going to go off into the world with all this secret information. Yay! Picking up lunch at Sonic, happened to catch this. Thanks, Beth. Hope your lunch is good. I don't think I've ever been to a Sonic. I don't think they have them in LA. There might be one, but I don't think I've ever been there. I don't think they have a vegetarian option anyway, so I'm fine. But I know I hear things about the cherry limeade, which is supposed to be good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I've read worse things, so it's got that going for it at least. The bar is quite low. All right. Basically, I have realized though this quarter, before I move on and putting more stuff in more places, that most of the time my most common rating for things is 4 stars because usually I like things. I've been very careful about picking books I think I like rather than just reading things that I'm not interested in. So more likely than not, I'm reading things I like. So 4 stars is definitely my most common rating, mainly because I round up and some of them are 3.5 stars, but I have to be tougher on this because I can't just put everything in I'm in like. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's the Beauty and the Beast retelling. Okay, I hope you're enjoying it. Pick books at random. There you go. Hi, thanks for coming. All right. Pick a book at random, Charles. I like the way you think. I am also a chaos person. Um okay, I guess Circe's a solid 4, so I'm going to put it in there. There you go, at random. Circe, I wasn't in love with it because I felt like it did have some pacing issues, but overall, very good. This was also a book club pick. So, hey, patron book club, we're reading good stuff. um, I okay, here's the deal with Circe. Like, I do realize it's very good. I think she's an incredible writer. It drug at places. It took a long time to start getting its footing. That once it got its footing, there was like a lot of cool things, but overall, it was kind of slow in areas and too rushed in others. So there was definitely pacing issues. I'm gonna stick to my guns on that one. But overall, do I think it's good? Yes, I do. So it's definitely in the light category. Let's do all of my patron book club picks. We also did Book of Night. This is gonna be controversial. I loved Book of Night. I fully realize this is a controversial opinion. A lot of people don't like it. I loved it. It's made of like a book catnip for me. It has morally great characters. It has a heist story. It has like shadow magic, and I liked a lot of the individual aspects of it enough that when they were all put together, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the problem is fans of like Holly Black's fairy stuff, like Cruel Prince. If you're a Cruel Prince fan, you might like this. If you like Holly Black's weird stuff, if you like The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, you like the Cursebreaker series, you like something weird, I think Book of Night is a logical next step. But if you're coming in here hoping for Cool Prince, you're going to be disappointed. So I think that might be an expectation problem. Well, I think mood reading is a little random because you don't know what your mood's going to be. So it's just like, oh, I'm in the mood. Here's this book. This is a random book. So it's slightly random. Yeah, definitely. I agree. Chaotic mood reader. We are agents of chaos, Charles. Have you seen my shelves? This is chaos. Mood reader. I've been moody reading lately, I will say. Really? Okay. Like, there's 2 groups. There's people who prefer the trilogy, and there's people who prefer the duology, the like Six of Crows duology. I'm definitely a Six of Crows kind of girl. Do I like both? Yes, but like if I had to pick, Six of Crows. I'm a duology kind of girl. But yeah, I've been mood reading lately because the world's just such a hurricane of suck. I can't like deal with like heavy books right now. I've been like pounding fluffy rom-coms, 0 regrets. 0% regretting my decisions. I still need to read Song of Achilles. I need to do it. But like it kind of just happened this way. Oh, another one. I forgot. This was it wasn't. Never mind. The Odyssey was a book I had to read for Drunk Classics. Well, I didn't have to read it. I chose to read it. Where did I do with it though? Should be in here somewhere. There it is. The Odyssey. I think it's okay. Come here, you. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. But I read the Odyssey for Drunk Classics, and then my patrons picked Circe. So I've been like in that vibe for quite a minute. So just like Greek retelling over and over and over again. Like I just read Wicked Beauty, which is again that kind of people. It has Achilles and Patroclus in it. And Helen of Troy. So it's still, that's more the Iliad. But anyway, I've been in this whole like the Iliad, the Odyssey like circle for like 3 months now. But hey, Wicked Beauty is actually my book club, patron book club pick for July. So we're going to be reading that together. I read it early because I just wanted to. But it's fine. I can do what I want. Oh, okay. Second Six of Crows. What is that called? Crooked Kingdom. There you go. It's arguable. I do like Six of Crows. They're both good. I don't have to choose. I don't have to. There you go. Nice. I do love a good werewolf. There you go. Oh, really? Like I think their relationship is actually kind of interesting because both of them are so touch averse. And I think it moves forward a bit, but they're both so touch averse because they've had so much trauma that it's kind of interesting seeing them come together. I kind of liked it, but you know, it's Kaz Brecker. I mean, really, you could do worse. I've seen worse boyfriends out there. Like, I don't want to spoil things for you, but I'm like, gets revenge on your enemies for you. He'll carry you around when you get stabbed. Like, you could do worse than Kaz Brecker. There you go. I need to read it. I haven't read it though. But like I'm also not in the mood to cry over a book. So that's like part of like the reason why I haven't done it yet. Okay, bear shifters, dragon shifters. I mean, wolves I think are like the standard, but they have moved into lots of different other creatures. Secretly, I kind of want to read like a paranormal like shifter romance where the guy turns into a stag, like a big stag with like the antlers, but like in real life he's like a big burly guy and he's a vegetarian because like stags are vegetarians, and like I'm way into that. If someone wants to write that for me, please do. There you go. I like Six of Crows. Okay. Very good. There. Well, yeah, okay. I get that. Both these characters are touch averse, but not because of they're not on the spectrum necessarily. I don't know. I guess you could argue that, but they both have like so many like traumas. I don't know. I don't remember the speech because it's been several years since I read it, but what I remember of them, like I was rooting for them. Drop it in the comments. Do it. I want a big burly vegetarian. So bad. Okay. What else did I read for drunk classics in here? Let's do those. Why not? Dun dun dun. None of these were drunk classics. This was. Okay, you know, this is not a surprise to anybody. This is a nope. I did not like The Great Gatsby. 0%. I get it. People like it. I think the whole point of The Great Gatsby is to not like The Great Gatsby if you're asking my opinion on it. I don't think you're supposed to like it. Interview with the Vampire, loved it. It was my first time reading it. Had a great time with it, fully enjoyed it. Like, why not? Let's put Vampire Lestat next to it. I've been having a really good time doing the Anne Rice series in Drunk Classics. This July, I'm doing Queen of the Damned, so the third book of this original trilogy. I might continue on. I don't know, because it's going to move out of Drunk Classics eventually. It's going to be too recent. think the most recent book of the series came out in like 2018 or something. So they're relatively like they're not classics anymore. But these ones, like, I think these came out in the 80s. That's fine. They're in their 30s. You know what? It's my series. I could do what I want. If I call it a classic, it's a classic. There you go. Okay, what else did I read for Drunk Classics? I know I'd read something else. Didn't I? 1, 2, 3. But I did double features. Did I miss one? What did I read? I read for June. Oh, that's why. I only the first month of summer. It's early. So I'm like, I'm doing double features all summer. Then I'm like, oh, it's only up to June. There should only be 4 Drunk Classics books. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I thought I went crazy for a minute. Let's do all of my romance. Why not? Let's break it on down. Boyfriend material. I'm gonna come back to that one. I want to think about it. Delilah Green. I'm in a solid like relationship with that. It's pretty good. It's a FF romance. A little bit of friends to lovers. They knew each other when they were kids, and then like time has passed and they come back together as adults. It's a little bit of like, oh, my childhood friend is now hot. I love that trope, but I think it's a fun time. It's a good read. Surprisingly spicy. Okay, there you go. All right, more romance. While the Duke was sleeping, like, I want to put it in 4 just because for enjoyment factor, but if I'm being honest with myself, it's probably okay. It's not the best. Mind you, I haven't closed ranks yet. I can move it again, but like overall, I read it because I needed to read fluffy rom-com, so it was fully like giving me what I needed when I needed it. You know what? Screw it. This is my list. I'm putting it in like. I solidly liked it. I had a good time with it. Falling into bed with the Duke. That one I can put solidly in It's Okay. I think it was pretty good overall. It had some pacing issues. It kind of got wrapped up too quickly, so I'm going to leave it there for now. Going Public. It's okay. It's solidly okay. But overall, it was just kind of like, you know what? I've read all these books. There's going to be spoilers. It's a live show. Sorry. It's happening. But in Going Public, like one of the romantic leads goes to prison. Like I haven't really seen that done in a romance before. It was like shady business deals. The mob was involved. The FBI was doing a sting and one of them did something illegal and like they went to prison. It was like a whole thing. The only thing I could like enjoy about it is like it was very clear consent because it is a boss and assistant love story, which is like the power imbalance is kind of obvious, but like they took time to be like, there's a power imbalance here. Like I want to make sure you're okay with things. So I appreciate the fact that they even brought it up in the story and they talked about it. So it gets props for that, but overall it's ultimately forgettable. All right, moving on. His Banana. I'm sorry, it's terrible. That was like a random read from a live show. Everyone told me about this book. They kind of got found randomly. I went and bought it. It was just a random pick from a live show. And it's awful. It's just like the level of sexual workplace harassment going on is insane. How has this company not been sued every day they've been open? It's bananas how like I made me so uncomfortable. I don't work there. These are fictional characters that I was so uncomfortable. Yeah, it's a hot mess of a book. Hook, Line, and Sinker. I did thoroughly enjoy it. It could have been better though, so I'm going to put it in. It's okay. It's average. It's pretty good. A Lady for a Duke. Solidly liked it. I don't know if I'm in love with it though. I'm like, if I wish there was like a halfsies, I would put it like right in between. Cause like, I don't know. I'm going to leave it in like for now. Maybe I'll move it. Who knows? It is a historical romance, and it is the first historical romance I read that featured a trans woman heroine. I don't know if more exist. There might be more that exist, but it was interesting seeing a trans woman as a heroine in a historical romance. And also, the whole story wasn't just about the fact that she was a trans woman, it was about like other issues they had in their relationship, because like they grew up and they were like childhood best friends, and then the Duke like thought that his best friend died at Waterloo, and then a couple years go by and guess what, your friend's not dead. And it's a lot. I think it's more of like, hey, guess what, I lied about being dead. That's like the main conflict in the relationship, not like anything to do with her being a trans woman, which I thought was great. Let's see. Lindsay Sands, always fun. I mean, like, they're all kind of the same book over and over. Not like it's a bad thing. It's like a bag of mini Snickers. Like they all taste like Snickers, but it's okay because Snickers are good. But I have been reading that Highlander, the Highland Bride series. I think there's more books of it coming out, but like it's so fun. I have a good time with it. They're like campy Scottish romps. I have a good time. But yeah, so I think overall I might prefer her historical stuff to her paranormal stuff, but I know she's written a lot of paranormal. I said what I said. Okay, so depends how smutty you want to get. Well, here you go. So hook, line, and sinker, right here, hook, line, and sinker is probably one of the lesser smutty books. It probably has the least amount of smut. It's a friends to lovers story, with kind of a guy who's been known as like a player about town, but like wants to be thought of as more than just, a dick on legs. So it's kind of interesting take on like toxic masculinity in this instance. So that one's might be a good like going in might be good. Going in. But anyway, a lot of Tessa Bailey's books are quite spicy. So it depends how much like spiciness you want. Personally, I think I like I forget what the series is called, but the first one is called Fix Her Up. I like laughed out loud. Well, I don't want to do that. Hold on. I did the wrong tabs. I like laughed out loud. Ah. Okay. I'm having issues. Okay, let's see. I'm going to find what this is called. Hot and Hammered. You know what? I would have never guessed that's the name of the series, the Hot and Hammered series. But there you go. That one I quite enjoy. All of them are very spicy, but they're also very funny. So if you want something funny, that would be a place to start. This one, it's prequel or the first book of this little duology. It happened one summer. It's definitely spicier, but if you like that show, Schitt's Creek, I think you would very much like it. So there you go. I think it's a short crash course on Tessa Bailey. She has other stuff as well, but those are the ones that I think are probably the most popular. A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem. It's okay, I guess. It's okay, I guess. Like I think originally I gave it 3 stars, so it might have gone like in the okay section, but like ultimately it has its moments, but like meh, it's not that good. Let's see. Well, this one's gonna be an obvious one, so I'll just go ahead and put it away. Gentle Rogue by Joanna Lindsay is a nope for me. It's a no. I'm sorry, it is. I tried to read it. I read like 2 chapters. And frankly, I'm only like maybe 20 pages into this thing, but like I have like such a visceral hatred for the characters. Like it was making me upset to know I had to read more pages about these people. So I gave up and I just like DNF'd because I'm like, you know what? I don't need to do that. I'm a grown ass adult. I don't need to ruin my day. So no one was making me read it and I decided not to read it. I know Joanna Lindsay is like OG romance, but I could not deal with it. I appreciate it for what it is. It's OG romance. The cover is clinchy AF. Like, look at that clinch cover. Dear Lord. It is so, the bodice has been ripped. I love that. You know what? I know, like, the saying is don't judge a book by its cover, but it's like, fuck it. I like covers. I will buy a book because I like the cover. Some good books have bad covers, true, but like having a good cover is an important part of marketing a book. There you go. I said what I said. I agree. If I just viscerally hate the reading experience, I'm not even going to bother with it. I agree to a certain extent because like a lot of like OG romances from like the 80s and the 70s even the consent wasn't like an issue yet. Well, I mean it always was, but it wasn't like an issue that they talked about in romances a lot. There's a lot of very dubious consent at best in a lot of them, and I'm like, oh, this is so problematic. I don't know, maybe I should do like an old school, like really OG historical romance for like drunk classics. That could be fun. The problem is a lot of those like really OG romances, they don't have audio components as well. Because a lot of them, like, they're not printing them anymore, so they're not going to make an audiobook when it never existed in the first place. So that's my main issue with it, that I don't usually have an audio component. I agree. I'm fully there with you. Like, I don't like alpha characters either. I get their appeal. Like, I know people like really like them, but here's the thing. I finally figured it out recently. I mean, this is kind of a sneak peek for my book discussion, my Patron exclusive book discussion on Wicked Beauty. There's a difference in people like alphas because they're like macho and they'll hold you down, like that kind of for dirty purposes. And I like, fine, not yucking your yum, but there's a difference in there. There's a difference between someone who's going to hold you down because they're physically bigger and stronger than you, or someone who's going to hold you down because they're trying to dominate you. There's a difference. And like, I don't know, personally, I want to see a bunch of tops go at it. Like, I don't like the whole dominating thing. Mainly just because like I am not a woman who is easily dominated at all. I'm such a top, okay? I want to go at it with other tops. That's what I like in books too. So there you go. There's a difference in like how the relationship presents. I think there's nothing wrong with like alpha guy, but like I think like BDE in particular, big dick energy, is more a component of not needing to dominate others because like I don't need to do that. I'm powerful enough. I don't need to like go around and swing my dick around town. Frankly, it's too heavy to do that. One of those. That's what I like personally. So in Wicked Beauty, it's a throuple and they're all tops. And I was like, yes, I love this. No one's trying to dominate someone. They're all just like going at it with each other equally, which is like, it's a subtle thing that I don't think gets talked about enough in romance. I know this is in the morning. It's very early to be getting this deep into smut, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay. There you go. There's a lot of alphas in paranormal. You are not wrong. So much. But I'm like, that again, I want like a big burly stag like shifter who's a vegetarian. I want like you could if you wanted, but you don't need to. That's kind of where I am with that. Okay. I do like a good golden retriever boy. We're like, oh, you pure spirit. It's very fun. It's a throuple. I think okay, I don't want to get into it. It's a Patron exclusive book discussion. I will review it in my review video, but I very much liked it quite a bit. It's very good. You know what? You are absolutely correct. I forgot. I have a lot of international subscribers, so it's probably not late everywhere. I mean, not early lit everywhere. It's early here. There's a Medusa short story. Is it already out? This is the Dark Olympus series by Katie Robert, correct? If that's what we're still talking about. I don't know. But yeah. I think the next one is Psyche and Apollo, which I'm like feeling. I want the Eurydice. I want Eurydice and Orpheus slash Chiron because I think there's going to be a love triangle in that. That's what I heard was being hinted at. And I'm like, Orpheus kind of sucks. Like Eurydice, get you a man who's a boat captain. Go with Chiron. Like I was like really into that pairing if it exists. I don't know if it's going to, but like I love that. So that's where I am with it. I'm very excited for this series. I've already pre-ordered the next one. Is it called like Radiant Sin? I forget what it's called right now, but it's Psyche and Apollo, and I'm like way into that so much. Wait, is it Psyche? No, it's not Psyche. Psyche already happened. Oh shit, Cassandra. I'm sorry. I can't function right now, but it's Cassandra and Apollo. That makes a lot more sense. Cassandra was someone who was, cursed with foresight, and then no one believes her when she tells them like that's gonna happen. Everyone's like, you crazy lady, and she's like, why do I know things? And Apollo is like the god of prophecy. Synergy. It works. But I've pre-ordered it. I'm very excited for it. It should be for that. Is it out yet though? Oh, it's out and it's free. Oh, okay. I have to look for it because it should be. I would not handle like Medusa being with a dude. Like the whole point she got turned into Medusa is because a dude assaulted her. So I'm like, Okay, so I have to go to Katie Roberts' site. All right. Good to know. Stoneheart. Gargoyles. I know like a new adult fantasy story about gargoyles. Technically, I guess it could be YA, but it's like the Dark Element series by Jennifer Armentrout. Jennifer Armentrout wrote a lot of YA series before she started writing her smutty vampire book. She wrote a lot of smutty stuff too in the past. She went back and forth between adult romance and like YA. But the Dark Elements series, I quite liked it actually, but it has like gargoyles in it. I think that counts. Paranormal. I think monsters definitely fall into paranormal, but not all paranormal books are monsters. You know, one of those? Like all monster books are paranormal, but not all paranormal books are monsters. So I think it counts. Throw it in there. Throw it in the comments. I love recommending books to everybody. But I like everyone else recommending books to everyone else as well. All right. A Little Light Mischief by Cat Sebastian. I quite enjoyed it. It's a little FF novella, romantic, historical romance. And I think it was handled actually really well for a novella too, because like usually novellas, like you have to be very careful in your storytelling that you still have a complete arc and it makes sense. Because sometimes it's just not enough pages to tell the story you're trying to tell. But this one, I'm like, it was a great short story. It fully hit every arc point it needed. Okay, I'm gonna move Lady for Duke to 5. Why not? A Little Light Mischief. I'm gonna put it in. I'm in like it's because it's a novella. I don't know if I could put it in 5 stars, but it's gonna be there for now. Payback's a Witch. It's okay. It's average, I think. I enjoyed it. I think I gave it like 3.5 stars originally. Like most of the books I rate are 4 stars. I have realized this about myself because I stopped trying to read books I don't think I would like. So I only read books I think I would like, and usually I like them. So most of my books get like 4 stars, but it's just because like I don't want to read shit I don't like. Anyways, but yeah, Payback's a Witch by Lana Harper. It's paranormal romance. It's FF. Although I'm still going to put it in the it's okay section because overall it's not the strongest story, but like, damn, if you want like a sexy dark witch, like this is a sexy dark witch. And I was just like, sup. Like she is so hot. Like I can't with her. So yeah, sexy dark witch. If you want one of those, that might be the best way to go for you. Overall, I think it's like it's okay. It's a solid book. It could be better. Like I've read better ones, but like sexy witch though, so it's got that going for it. Scoundrel of Her Own by Stacey Reed. I'm gonna give it a solid I'm in like with it. I love Stacey Reed books in general. They're quite good. If you want like spicy historical romance, I definitely recommend checking out her stuff. They're not necessarily funny, but like I like them. They have like capers sometimes. I wouldn't say she's like a Tessa Dare, because Tessa Dare is definitely funny. I would say I'd put her in the same category with like Sophie Jordan here, or like Sarah McLean. A little bit of angst in the books, but overall very good. I like how she builds relationships. They feel organic, like that's how they're gonna like move forward. It doesn't feel like anything's forced. There's not usually insta love. People get to know each other and then fall in love with their friendship growing. And I was like, nice. But this one is a childhood friends to lovers. Little rich girl falls in a river, and this like poor boy saves her, and then they spend a few days at this like cabin in the woods recuperating. And they're kids. They're like 9 and 12, and they're like, they're kids. They're like, oh, I'm gonna marry you, and she's like, okay, and they're little kids. And it doesn't turn out well because her parents are snobs, and like eventually she gets brought back to the house and they kick the little boy out and stuff, and they're dicks about it. And then he grows up, poor kid, and then he grows up and then he gets really good at business, and now he's like super rich and stuff, and like a little bit of like a chip on his shoulder. He's a little like rough around the edges, but like he's super rich now, and he's like, sup. Now they're back in each other's lives. Love it. Okay. Huh. Okay. Gargoyle librarian, but boring. Oh no, that's sad. Okay. Deceived by the Gargoyles by Lillian Lark. Okay. Gargoyles. There you go. Skin and inextricably tied. There you go. Skin inextricably tied by Aveda Weiss. I think these are two books, right? Because Skin and Inextricably Tied doesn't feel like it's the same book. I don't know. Oh yeah, so yeah, okay. I didn't read the whole thing yet. The first one is novella. The second one is a full-length novel. It has a thruple. Okay, very good. Is this a gargoyle thruple? Are we still doing gargoyles? Okay, very cool. Love. Thank you guys for giving like all of the recommendations in the comments. I love that. I Kiss Shara Wheeler. I think it's definitely a romance. Okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna put it. I'm in love. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite good. For anyone who has any past religious trauma, you will feel seen. It's an FF romance. It has like a small Christian school in Alabama, which is the South, a very conservative area in the United States. That's just for everyone not in the United States. Small Christian high school in Alabama, and the queer kids within it. And as someone who went to a small Christian school and got expelled, like I felt very seen at times. Like there's a lot to unpack there, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's Casey McQuiston. I loved both of their other books, kind of into that one too. This one's YA though, so just be aware it isn't like spicy, but I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Sweet Hand by Angie Peltier. So this is another book I got repeatedly like recommended in live chats, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna read it. And then one of my lovely subscribers actually sent it to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are the best. And I read it, and I liked it. I'm sorry, it's gonna be in the average section. It's not the best book. It does have some good stuff in it. It's a foodie romance. She's a baker. He's a music producer. Enemies to lovers kind of situation. I did appreciate the fact that he was bisexual, but like it never really was gone into in any detail in the book. It just kind of felt like an addition, but like, you know, the Chekhov's gun of this is like if you brought in that he's bisexual and you don't really do anything with it, it's like it's just like a thing you threw in the book. I appreciated it, but it wasn't necessarily a point of the book. So I don't know. It was definitely good, but like not spectacular. So it's going in the 3 section. I'm sorry, 3-star section. Let's see. 10 Things I Hate About the Duke by Loretta Chase. I don't know. Okay, boyfriend material. I'm going to go back over here because I realize I do want to put it in 4 because it was very funny. I'm definitely in like with it. Overall, it's quite long. Like this is Alexis Hall and this is Alexis Hall. So I have 2 books, Lady for a Duke right here and Boyfriend Material, both by the same author. Both of them I had like the same complaint was that they're overly long. They're overwritten. You could probably cut out 50 pages on each of those and it would have tightened up the story, made it a bit more compelling. So they're over long. And that was my main issue from moving Boyfriend Material forward. It's an romance. It's contemporary England. A lot of angst in it. A lot of funny bits. Like I did laugh quite a bit. So it's definitely going to go into a solid I'm in like. The pacing on it and its overlong status bothered me more than it did for Lady for a Duke. So that's why they're in different categories. 10 Things I Hate About the Duke. I'm still not sure about. Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. I had pre-ordered this. I wanted it intensely. I love the first book in this series, The Worst Best Man. It was like one of my favorite romances the year I read it. Was obsessed. This one, I pre-ordered it. I waited a super long time. Ultimately, I'm like, it's kind of average if I'm being super honest about it. I wanted to love it more than I did. I think it ultimately got 4 stars when I rated it because it was probably like a 3.5 that I rounded up. But for now, I'm just going to go with the main part number here. Do I really want to round it up or does it kind of average? I don't know if it's fully worth a round up yet. It is what it is. Okay. 10 Things I Hate About the Duke. That's like a hard one because it really definitely falls like right in between these two. Because like overall, is it like super good? Is it like such an original story? No, it would probably go here. But my enjoyment of things brings it up to here. So I'm not sure yet where I'm going to put it. I'll just save it. Screw it. Whatever. I'm going to save it for now. I have to think about it. I'll do the ones that are very obviously where I'm going to put them. Jade City by Fonda Lee is a 5-star. I'm obsessed with it. I was going to read the next book of this trilogy, Jade War, in June, and then the world went to shit, and I just couldn't handle like a very, I don't know, like heavy subject matter book. This is basically The Godfather. That's like the main vibe of it. Is it technically like sci-fi fantasy? Yeah, but I think the main core of the story is kind of like family drama, crime drama, The Godfather. And I'm like, I can't handle that right now. It's too heavy. So I did get bumped out of my TBR, but like I definitely want to continue the trilogy. It's so good. Jade City by Fonda Lee. It's incredible. Again, another incredible one, Kaiju Preservation Society by John Scalzi. I love John Scalzi books in general. They're always hilarious, and I laughed so hard doing this book. It was so funny, and it's also like short. You could probably read it all in a day, and it's exactly that. Basically, there's this like it's like an animal rescue society, but for kaijus from another dimension, and hijinks ensue. Like I can't really describe it in a couple sentences. There's a lot going on there, but it also takes place during the pandemic. So the pandemic is actually talked about in it, but it's quite good. So I recommend Kaiju Preservation Society. Let's see. Back to these ones. Okay, one is gargoyle, one is banshee. Okay. So that goes back to skin and inextricably tied. So skin is the gargoyle one, and inextricably tied is about banshees. Okay, got it. Yes, banshees. Awesome. Why not? Yeah. Which one was that? 4 stars. Yeah. It's okay. I can just like what I want to like. Yay! I'm sorry your phone died, but I'm glad that you're back. So as you can see, we have been ranking quite a few books. I only got a few left, but oh wait, I stand corrected. Gargoyles and Banshees are in both. Okay. Oh, sweet hand. There you go. I think originally I did rate it 4 stars when I was like putting it like on Goodreads because it was a 3.5 and I rounded up because I always do. And now that I'm going back and time has passed, and I'm like, ultimately, it's not the best. It's fine. It's fine. Hide by Kirsten White. Yeah. I'm gonna put it in. It's okay, I guess. I might change it. I was almost gonna go in nope. It was almost gonna go there, but the fact of the matter is, Hyde. It does have its moments where it's kind of good. It's not great by any definition of the word. It's not very good, but like it has moments where it's like, ooh, that's good. Most of it falls into like the nope section, but like it has its moments. So it's gonna get a 2 star from me. It's like it's okay, I guess. So Hi by Kirsten White. It's horror. It's Kirsten White's first adult book, and it's low-key a mess. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. It's messy. It's a messy bitch. And there's just so many character perspectives, and it keeps like jumping around, and it's just like sloppy. It kind of feels like I don't know, like a TV series or a movie where, like, if you're jumping around with a camera and changing perspective that way, it would make more sense to the person consuming the media. But trying to do a movie into a book with the same type of like directionality doesn't always work. And I've said that about other books when you're trying to make it a movie, but you're writing it as a book. And it just the like the when you're reading it and you're picturing it in your head, the sight lines, if you're writing it in a way that like for camera direction, it doesn't work for like a narrative direction. In my own opinion, I have not seen it done well yet. It might have been in a different book, but like I've never seen it done like spectacularly. So there you go. It's horror, paranormal horror. It's not a slasher. Basically, a bunch of people get trapped into this like rundown amusement park for a reality TV show, and it's hide and seek. And whoever is the last one not found, it wins like a bunch of money. And it quickly turns into, this isn't a reality TV show. Monsters are eating us. One of those. Overall, it has a few moments where I thought like the tension was quite good, and I actually really liked the ending. I think the ending was a point of contention with a lot of people, but like I kind of like the ending, honestly. Okay. Yeah, everyone has their own like methodology for like a 1 star book, and part of mine is also just like it's like a visceral reaction for me. Like, do I hate this? Like when I think of it, does it make me viscerally angry? So that would be like a 1 star. Most books for me, like I said, they fall thoroughly in the 4 star category most of the time. There's some 3s or some 5s. So the 4 star is my most common rating when I'm rating books. But yeah, it's very rare I give something a 1 star where I'm just like, I can't with you. No. But speaking of I can't with you, no, I'm gonna put Ecstasia by Claire Legrand and nope. Oh boy, was I so disappointed in this. I am so upset still that it was that bad. Like I pre-ordered it. I was so excited because like I don't know, like Claire Legrand was like an auto by author for me for like a hot minute because I read like 2 books by this author that were both 5 stars. They were incredible. And those 2 books are Furyborn and Sawkill Girls. They're great. And then the sequel to Furyborn came out. I think it was like Kingsbane, and it was so bad. Like I was alarmed how bad it was. And like it made me not even pick up the 3rd book of the trilogy. Like that's how bad it was. I abandoned a series. So I was like, okay, maybe that one's a fluke. Maybe that's a fluke. This is like Claire Legrand doing horror again. And Sawkill Girls is one of my all-time favorite like horror books. It's so good. It was like my favorite book of the year in 2019. It was incredible. And so I heard, okay, Claire Legrand doing horror again, a standalone, obsessed. Need this right now. I got it. And like, honestly, it was borderline unreadable. Like I almost didn't finish it. I hated it that much. It was stupid. So stupid. And like the big reveal, I was like, are you fucking with me right now? I cannot with that. So yeah, it's a definite nope for me. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, same. Exactly. Like I'm pretty much just reading books I know I want to read because I think I would like them. And 90% of the time I do. They fully like land in a 4-star category. I read things I think I like and I like them. Sometimes I extra like them even, which is great. Sometimes I'm like, they're all right. You know, most of the time, 5, 4, and 3 are my most common ratings. 2 is just like, it's very rare I give something a 1 star, but if I have to DNF or like I just have a visceral reaction, it's a 1 star. Discord of Gods. I think I definitely gave this a 5. I have a good time with it in general. So this is the conclusion to the Chorus of Dragons series by Jen Lyons. I'm obsessed with this series. If you guys haven't picked it up, please try to pick it up. It is a lot though. If you're like a world building nerd, you're going to love it. Plucky heroes. It's very funny. You will laugh out loud at points. Like the author has incredible comedic timing. It's got dragons. It's got wizards. It's got gods and reincarnation and like a lot of stuff going on. So it's very complex, but very good. And it's complete. All 5 books are out. So you can literally pound them back to back. You know, you don't have to wait and like forget details. It's just, you can just read them all, binge it. Mind you, they're all like 500 to 600 pages. So I don't know how bingeable it is, but you could if you wanted to. That's like an option you have. I mean, who doesn't love dragons? Dragons are great. I fully agree with you. I love dragons. Okay, I'm down to my last 5, everybody. Okay, Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. I love Simone St. James. She's an auto-buy author for me. Ultimately, I don't think I gave this one a 5 star, but it's a solid 4. Maybe 4.25. I don't know. It has, again, some pacing issues. You know what? No, screw it. Why not? It's a 5. There you go. If I rate anything over 4, it's going to go up to 5. And I just love her books. They're all like spooky ghost stories and not like, oh, metaphorical ghosts of trauma. It's like, no, there's some ghosty shit going on. They're horror. They've got ghosts. So I love it. As a person who's also like low-key obsessed with ghost hunting shows, I know they're bad. I do not care that they're bad. That's the thing. I like them anyways. I don't care that they're bad. There you go. I don't believe in guilty pleasures. Like what you like. And I love ghost hunting shows. I love to just leave them on in the background while I'm working. Like I love it. It's just grown adults being scared of the dark. I don't care. But anyway, I love ghosty stuff. And Simone St. James does a good ghost. They're murder mysteries usually. Complex characters, usually characters who could be unlikable, but hot damn are they interesting. Murder mysteries, there's usually dual timelines and ghosts. Love a good haunted house. Really? I've seen like dragons get adopted by like the non-binary community a little bit, but I didn't know the asexual community. Because I've had like friends wear shirts. This is like man, woman, dragon. Like I've seen like those shirts around for like the non-binary community. But that's interesting. I mean, hey, dragons are for everyone. I love that. Okay, more Dragon Shifter series, Julia Mills. Yes. Okay, if you haven't read Simone St. James, pick up some stuff by Simone St. James. Ghosty. What was the one I love the best? So here's a fun fact. I prop up my computer when I'm doing live shows on books. So it's like face level. And they're actually on top of my Simone St. James books right now. Oh, okay. So The Broken Girls is my favorite one. It's so good. I think it was my favorite books of the year I read it. It's very good. Yes, be here for all the ghosts. You do it, Beth. I love that. I hope your lunch is going well too. I don't. What's your Sonic order? I've never been to a Sonic. What's the thing to get? I don't know. I know the cherry limeade is like a thing. I haven't been there. I don't. Do they have a vegetarian option? I don't think they do. They probably don't. Enlighten me, please, if you want to. Okay, 4 more, guys. We're closing in. Gallant by V.E. Schwab. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna put it in 4 for now. Screw it, I'm gonna put in 5. Why not? I want 5-star books. This is what I want to do. I would love to read all books I'm in love with. That'd be great. Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't been, so it's not a problem for me yet, but I hope no one gets them. Killer animals, killer crocs, killer dogs. So like Cujo, like where the animal is the bad guy? I'm not sure. I think that's what you mean, but yeah. But yeah, Gallant by V.E. Schwab. If you like Crimson Peak, if you like A Secret Garden, like if you were a kid and you loved The Secret Garden but secretly really wanted to have ghouls in it, like this is the book for you. Disability representation. The main character is actually mute, and it's like a good spooky haunted house story. So I enjoyed it. V.E. Schwab doesn't really do me wrong when it comes to like general spookiness. Their spooky books usually do well. I enjoy them. I mean, I love her villain series. I know everyone loves like the Darker Shade of Magic series. I'm a vicious and vengeful girl. Like those are the name of the duology for that, vicious and vengeful. They're so good. They're basically like, what if shitty people got superpowers? Like what would happen? They're so good. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, it's hard to make a killer bee sexy. I'm just gonna say it. You know, it's a sentence I never thought I'd say. um, Kaiki. I wanted to like it more than I did. I think ultimately it's a 3-star. Again, I almost DNF'd. It's very slow in parts, but some parts are very interesting. It's based on like Indian mythology, the Ramayana, which I haven't read the source material of, but no Kaiki is supposed to be like an evil queen, and this is more of like maybe that story's just filled with misogyny, and she had more things going for her than just misogyny. So it's interesting. I like it exists. I like the idea and the concept. All that's solid. I like the mythology part of it. It's just like it's so slow moving. It takes a long time to go anywhere. I don't think it's really expressly stated in the book. Mind you, it is like, I don't know, like medieval era India. So it's not exactly, I don't think they had terms for it, but I'm pretty sure like Kaiki is on the asexual spectrum. She's married to a man, and she has like affection for him. I wouldn't say aromantic. She does like love him, but she has no interest whatsoever in like sex. So asexual, not aromantic, but I think definitely on that spectrum. But yeah, it's so slow. It's very slow. So if you have the patience for it, I think it's worth the read, but it's long and slow. I realize we've been talking about a lot of smut. That could be interpreted that way. Cherry limeade. Oh, lemonade slush. I've been wanting lemonade lately too. Oh, they have a grilled cheese and onion rings. Okay. Is it grilled cheese with 2 burger patties? Oh, like a patty melt. Okay. Or maybe not. Isn't a patty melt? Is that like when it's crumbled? I don't really know. I don't know meat. But I do like a good grilled cheese. Love that. I love that for you. I'm happy you're having lemonade. It's like it's so summery and hot out that I've been wanting lemonade, which is weird because I don't like lemonade. But like I've been craving lemonade. Is that weird? Like I've been craving a lot of things like I don't think I like, and then I've tried them and I'm like, wait a minute, do I like this now? Like things have changed. Like I like mustard now. I never liked mustard before and I like it now. Or eggplant. I used to hate eggplant, like hate it. And now I'm like, I kind of like eggplant. Like my tastes have changed a lot. Okay. um I love that you said that, but now I feel like it's also a cursed comment. Where I'm like, no, don't put that B movie and sexy in the same sentence in my brain. It will never leave it. Oh no, right on the eyeball. That sucks so bad. I got stung once when I was a little kid, and it was I mean, little kids are always very dramatic, but I was like the most dramatic I've ever been in my life. um Bone Orchard and 10 Things I Hate About the Duke. These are the ones that are giving me the most guff in my brain because I don't know where to put them. Like they're so in between categories. Okay, I'm just gonna have to go with my gut on this. I don't have a gut feeling. Screw it. 10 Things I Hate About the Duke. I'll put it in I'm in like. Why not? It's a strong, feisty heroine. A guy who likes her being feisty. He's kind of a fuckboy who has to grow up, and he does. So I'm like into it. It's slow at times, but it does get rid of a lot of like stupid tropes that you get in romances. It doesn't have a third act breakup because like she's intelligent the whole book. She's not going to just all of a sudden become stupid. She's like, no, like I'm just going to tell my parents that you're crazy and then like they'll get rid of you because they're like dukes. Like she's real smart. She's like, yeah, no, my parents like me way more than they like you. Like we're good. So I love her. I do have a flair for drama. You're not wrong. I love it. I love to gasp at things. Like I love drama sometimes. I'm like, oh, it's so fun to get into it. I am a lot. I realize I'm quite extra as a human. I mean, you can. I do have a Facebook page for the Naughty Librarian. You can send some books there if you like. I love recommendations, so go ahead. I mean, it's a very common trope. You know, it's part of like it's the normal story arc for a lot of romances. Like, there's nothing wrong with the story arc that is established, but like, you know, I don't like them either. Wasn't as late and pointless into the novel. Well, yeah, that one they had like legitimate grounds, I feel, because you know, in One Last Stop, Jane is literally like metaphysically tied to a subway through electricity, I think. And she's from the 70s and hasn't aged. So like there's some definite like problems in the relationship that they need to sort out. So like that one is not just like, oh, we had a misunderstanding. I heard something I shouldn't have heard and now I misunderstand you willfully. This is like, no. There's metaphysical time travel involved. Like that one I can see they're needing like a minute to reassess. Bone Orchard by Sarah A. Mueller. I don't know. This one's so hard to place. Mm. Okay, I'm just gonna go with like my pure enjoyment level on this, and it's gonna have to be a 3. I said what I said. It's so much in between these two because I can make an argument for both I'm in like or it's okay. But overall, I'm gonna go with like my ultimate like gut emotional feeling towards the book, which is just like it's fine. It has a super, super cool concept. It kind of deals with dissociative identity disorder and in a magic based necromancy system. And also, there's like a brothel and a lot of things going on here. And I love the concepts. I think some of the writing in the book is really quite good. But as a whole, when I think about like my pure enjoyment factor of the book and like how cool all that is, and I still don't like it enough to like put it as a 5-star. So that's kind of why I'm bringing it back down. Pure enjoyment level, I solidly liked it on an intellectual level, but in my heart, in my soul, it's okay. So if I could put like a halvesy, I would because it's kind of in between the two. But ultimately, going with my gut and my pure objective enjoyment value, and it's going to go in there. All right, closing ranks time. I'm pretty sure like I talked this shit out, so like I'm pretty sure I agree with all these. I just have to decide if I want to move anything last minute. I think my 5 stars, I'm not going to change them. They're pretty solid. 4 stars. I'll leave them alone. They're fine. 3 stars. You know, I think I did this right the first time. I don't really feel the need to move anything around. I think like I settled it. This is the official tier ranking for quarter 2 of 2022. I kind of like doing these live. I feel like it's more fun than just doing a video of like, I like this book, but I don't like this book. It's like boring. These are a little bit more fun. We can talk, we can chit chat. It kind of gives me a full thing with all the books. So yes, official tier ranking for quarter 2. There are definitely more 5-star books than anything else, which so I'm counting this as a success. Only a few nopes. I'm feeling good about this. Yeah, I agree. It's fun if you don't think about how filthy everything is. Because you know there's like electricity and then like it gets so like spicy the electricity shorts out. Like I love that. I love the idea of it. But subways are filthy. You're 100% correct, Grace. But I'm just choosing to believe that they're not filthy. It's not part of my fantasy in this. Yeah. Filth. Just filth. And she's been in there since the 70s. Just think of like the layer of crust. How could she not be corporeal at this point with the level of crust that had accumulated on her from the subway? I'm sorry, that's really gross. Yay. Mainly because thank you. Mainly I just stopped reading books because they were trendy or if I wasn't like sold on it. If I didn't think I was going to like it, I didn't bother reading it. So way less books I'm DNFing, way less books I'm bothering with in the first place. So this is a me time year where I'm just reading books I think I'm going to like. And as evidenced here, most of them I solidly like. There's a few that like I wanted to like and I thought I was gonna like this was a pre-order and this was a pre-order. So bummed I didn't like them. This one I knew I wasn't gonna like, but my patrons picked it for Drunk Classics, so I had to read it. All of these like I wanted to like I was sure I was gonna like Atlas 6 and I was like it has its moments, but like oh boy is it like pretentious. All right. I'm going to stop my share. Give me a minute. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Full screen for your excitement. Yeah, that was it, everybody. Excitement. I did it all. I will be back at the end of Q3 with another tier ranking. I'm excited about it. Next Saturday, I think will be another live show, same time, same place. I am hoping to have a guest. It's not confirmed yet. So we'll find out together if I'm going to have a guest or not. We'll find out. But I will be doing reading sprints live Monday evening. So Mondays, 5 p.m. Pacific time, I will be doing live reading sprints. If you guys want to come hang out and read or just be productive, do whatever you want. I'm here on Mondays. Wednesday will be a new video. Next Saturday, it's going to be a live show. I just don't know if I'm going to have a guest or not. It's up in the air. I agree. I love just hanging out with you guys in the comments, but like sometimes it's like useful to have another like person live I'm riffing off of. It's just like scheduling is difficult. And some people flake. I'm not naming names. I will never name names, but they flake. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. It works for me because that's when I'm off work in California, in the United States. But I do realize it is a bitchy time for my international followers. I'm sorry. But I'm glad that you're here now because next Saturday will be another live show. Hopefully you can come hang out as well. And yeah. Let me know, I guess, in the comments if you guys are watching this after the fact or leave them in the live chat, whatever you want. What was your favorite and least favorite book from the last 3 months? For the last April, May, and June. There you go. April, May, June, Q2 2022. Top and bottom book. Let me know in the comments. And of course, like, subscribe, all that jazz. If you want to have exclusive content, including a book club and early access to videos, all that kind of jazz, you can sign up for my Patreon. The link is in the description down below, or you can be a channel member. Both of them to get access to the book club. And yeah, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. I had a good time ranking all of my books, and I will see you guys on Monday for a live. And if not, I'll see you Saturday for another live. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming.